At the age of 55, possessing a net worth of $120 million, along with a radiant smile every morning on American television, Kelly Ripa seemed to hold a perfect life in her hands.
Yeah, our kids get very grossed out by us in general, but especially when we're eating, they are sickened by us. And most importantly, respect in the workplace.
But behind those dazzling lights lay a bitter tragedy buried for 3 decades. From a hidden critical medical event, a horrific neurological condition, to a shocking Hollywood stab in the back, and a lonely battle for survival against media giants. What did the screen's highest-paid queen have to sacrifice to hold on to her throne? All the raw, dark corners behind the million-dollar smile will be exposed right now. In 1990, Kelly Ripa officially accepted the role of Haley Vaughn in the television series All My Children.
I don't have a clue of what you're talking about.
It's okay, I know what's going on.
Give me a hint.
How'd you get here?
Ugh, on this really heinous train? Took forever.
The character of Haley Vaughn quickly broke through, becoming a central focus, drawing in a large audience. Kelly's name appeared frequently across entertainment publications thanks to her natural and captivating acting. Nonetheless, behind the warm reception from the public was an extremely unfair compensation reality. Producers imposed meager pay, creating a stark disparity compared to her male co-stars of the time. The modest salary made it difficult for the young actress to cover the expensive cost of living in New York. She was forced to do her own makeup and manage her own wardrobe for media events to cut costs. Gender pay inequality on the set of All My Children became an early wound in her life. This situation persisted for years, placing heavy financial pressure on her life. Amid work and financial pressures, 1995 marked an important romantic turning point for Kelly. Actor Mark Consuelos auditioned and became her direct co-star on the show. The explosive on-screen chemistry quickly crossed over into real life between the two young colleagues. Both developed deep feelings for each other during their time working side by side on the ABC set. In May 1996, the couple decided to take the plunge into marriage with an extremely bold move. They secretly eloped to Las Vegas to tie the knot without notifying their management agency. The total cost for this simple wedding ceremony was a mere $177 US. The private marriage became a solid emotional anchor for the actress amid the storms of her career in Hollywood. Nonetheless, personal turbulence quickly struck just 1 year after the couple moved in together. In 1997, a serious medical emergency suddenly occurred, directly threatening Kelly's life. During an intimate moment with her husband, one of her ovarian cysts unexpectedly ruptured. The incident caused excruciating physical pain and extremely dangerous internal bleeding. Acute blood loss caused Kelly to faint right at her home. In a panic, Mark Consuelos hurriedly threw clothes on his wife to rush her to the emergency room in time. Waking up in the emergency room, she was shocked to realize she was wearing a bizarre outfit. It was a leotard sweatpants and expensive Manolo Blahnik high heels. Recalling the terrifying experience in her memoir, Kelly wrote, "The situation back then was both terrifying and bizarre. I woke up in the hospital in unprecedented shock about my own health. Attending physicians stated that the actress's life had fallen into an extremely critical condition. Being discovered and rushed to the hospital for emergency care, in time, fortunately helped her escape danger. The medical crisis was both a physical and emotional trauma, weighing heavily on the actress's mind. Still, she was forced to keep this information completely secret from the public and the media. The pressure to maintain the image of a perfect star left Kelly unable to reveal the truth about her health condition. She quickly returned to the set to work as soon as her body showed the first signs of recovery, overcoming early financial hardship and medical crises. Kelly stepped onto a new rung of the ladder as she entered the morning television empire. But she had no idea that the million-dollar host chair was actually the beginning of a lonely hidden war lasting an entire decade. Studio Ghost. The year 2001 marked a seismic turning point in Kelly Ripa's career when she surpassed a series of top contenders. She was officially chosen to replace Kathy Lee Gifford to become the new co-host alongside television legend Regis Philin. The show was renamed Live with Regis and Kelly, opening up a new golden era of viewership ratings on the ABC network. Still behind the seamless chemistry in front of the camera lens lay an extremely cold backstage reality. Right from the first days of working together, Regis Philin established an extremely harsh rule of conduct toward Kelly. He demanded absolutely no communication, no chatting or even eye contact once the camera lenses were off. The purpose of this rule was to fully preserve the spontaneity and element of surprise for stories when entering the live broadcast hour. But inadvertently, it pushed Kelly into an entirely isolated working environment right inside the studio. The young female host had to endure a period of constantly living in a state of high alert, coupled with heavy mental pressure. The coldness of her veteran colleague made every working hour a tense psychological ordeal. Recalling the distant working relationship with Regis Philin during this period, Kelly Ripa once wistfully shared, "He had a strict rule about not talking off camera, so we really didn't have a private relationship outside of work hours." Not only suffering isolation in the studio, Kelly also had to face disrespect from the media and network executives. In spite of her major contributions to maintaining the show's appeal industry, insiders continuously denied her capabilities. Media giants at the time only viewed Kelly as a lucky girl standing beside the massive shadow of Regis. They believed the success of the morning show depended entirely on the talent and influence of the senior host. The inequality in status forced Kelly to constantly fight silently to prove her self-worth. She spent hours studying scripts and proactively steering interviews to prove she was an equal professional partner, rather than mere decoration. Throughout 10 years together, Kelly resiliently endured the imposition to bring the television brand to its peak, alongside Regis. Still, her dedicated devotion was met with a cruel shock in early 2011, permanently fracturing the relationship. During a live broadcast, Regis Philin unexpectedly announced his decision to retire in front of millions of viewers. Notably, network leadership and Regis completely concealed this information, giving Kelly no advance notice. The sudden announcement right on air left Kelly completely caught off guard and in utter shock. Being left out of a major decision directly affecting her career dealt a severe blow to her trust. After Regis's departure, Kelly was forced to single-handedly shoulder the pressure of maintaining viewership ratings for the show in fear. Far from receiving empathy, she bore the brunt of a harsh wave of criticism as the public unfairly blamed her. Speaking about the period of psychological crisis when misunderstood and turned away by the public, Kelly Ripa opened up, "I was pushed into taking all the anger of the audience, even though I myself was the last person to know." After Regis left the show, the relationship between the two officially fell into a complete freeze. All connection seemed absolutely severed, without a word of inquiry or a joint appearance at any media event for years. Having just pulled the show up on her own and affirmed her status, Kelly Ripa was once again brushed aside from the chessboard of media moguls. This time, the betrayal came not from a generational barrier, but from her closest colleague himself. Stab in the back. In 2012, after a year-long selection process involving dozens of candidates, former NFL football star Michael Strahan was officially appointed as co-host. This event opened a new chapter titled Live with Kelly and Michael. Immediately, the duo created explosive chemistry on live television every morning. The seamless banter between Kelly's charm and Strahan's humor drove viewership ratings sky high. Still behind the loud laughter in front of the camera lens lay an icy backstage atmosphere. The relationship between the two gradually grew distant and completely lacked personal connection outside of work. All off-camera communication between Kelly and Strahan had to go through management teams and representatives. The two barely spoke directly, creating a professional but extremely cold distance in the studio. In spite of the growing underlying rift, the show maintained its leading position on American television rankings. Absolute professionalism helped them keep internal conflicts hidden from millions of viewers for 4 years. The biggest crisis rocking the entire ABC media conglomerate suddenly erupted in mid-April 2016. Senior leadership at Disney and ABC quietly conducted secret negotiations behind Kelly Ripa's back. They decided to transfer Michael Strahan to become a full-time host for Good Morning America. This was a rival morning news show on the same network, directly competing for budget and priority. The matter was kept strictly secret until the very last minute from the mainstay host. Kelly Ripa was notified of this decision by leadership a mere 20 minutes before the news was broadcast across the entire press. This act of going behind her back was seen as a severe insult to her 15 consecutive years of dedication to ABC. The disrespect from superiors clearly demonstrated a mindset that disregarded the standing of a top female host. Expressing outrage over the network leadership's behavior, Kelly Ripa bluntly stated, "I need to fight for respect in the workplace, because when you work hard, you deserve transparent communication." Reacting to the corporate betrayal, Kelly immediately staged a walkout that rocked Hollywood. She decided to skip filming the very next morning, refusing to appear on air in protest against the network. The host prolonged her absence by taking a family vacation to the Caribbean. This abrupt withdrawal plunged ABC leadership and show producers into full-scale panic. Kelly's absence created the worst media crisis in the history of ABC. The press and the American public rallied to defend her, harshly condemning Disney's discriminatory practices. Facing intense public pressure, along with the risk of collapsing viewership ratings, media moguls were forced to yield. Top leadership at Disney and ABC sent an official letter of apology to Kelly Ripa. The network had to publicly admit management mistakes and affirm her irreplaceable status. This was a resounding victory for Kelly in reclaiming respect for women in Hollywood. Returning to the studio after a week of resolute striking, Kelly Ripa addressed the television camera. "What transpired this past week has opened up a larger conversation about respect in the workplace and gender equality." To ease backstage tension, Michael Strahan's departure timeline was moved up earlier than scheduled. Kelly Ripa once again stood firm, taking full control of the television brand bearing her name. Having won a breathtaking victory in the battle against media giants to reclaim respect when returning to daily life, Kelly Ripa faced a far more dangerous enemy's secret illnesses, silently destroying her body. Secret health. Dark corners. After overcoming the intense media storm, Kelly Ripa entered quiet internal battles. Audiences still saw an energetic female host, but few knew her physical condition was reaching the brink of exhaustion. The rare neurological condition named misophonia was one of the greatest psychological burdens Kelly had to bear. This is an extreme sound sensitivity syndrome, causing the nervous system to react violently to everyday noises. Seemingly tiny sounds, such as the sound of chewing food, heavy breathing, or typing on a keyboard, all triggered a survival mechanism within her. This caused a state of prolonged panic anger and exhaustion for the sufferer. The working environment at the studio, along with family meals, became mental torture sessions for the female host. She had to constantly brace herself to control her emotions in order to maintain an absolute professional image in front of the television camera. Expressing her mental health condition, Kelly Ripa once publicly shared, "I am always battling inside my head every time I hear those sounds. It feels like an uncontrollable panic reaction." Not only facing the neurological syndrome, Kelly's physical strength also declined severely. After nearly 3 decades of non-stop work, the terrible pressures of the entertainment industry began to ravage her body. Facing the threat of total exhaustion, 2017 marked a major turning point when Kelly decided to part ways with alcohol. She completely cut out alcoholic beverages to protect her nervous system and maintain mental clarity for her work. Alongside abstaining from alcohol, she adopted a strict alkaline diet to alkalize her body. This method helped the female host fight chronic inflammatory conditions and joint pain caused by an overloaded work intensity. A steel-disciplined lifestyle became an essential solution, helping Kelly Ripa hold firm on live television broadcasts every morning. She was forced to trade personal freedom for physical resilience in her 50s. Every secret behind the glamour was finally brought to light in 2022. Publishing her memoir, Livewire long-form essays, Kelly exposed the raw, dark corners kept hidden for decades for the very first time. The book stripped back the ruthless pressure of maintaining a perfect appearance for women in Hollywood. Kelly recounted hidden mental breakdowns concealed behind her radiant smile and the bright makeup lights on set. Remarkably, the memoir also exposed the bitter pay inequality at the network. Although playing a main pillar role, drawing viewership for the show, she was still paid significantly less than male colleagues of the same tier. Looking back at her silent journey of struggle, Kelly Ripa wrote in her memoir, "I had to work twice as hard just to get half the respect that the men around me automatically received." The memoir Livewire is not merely a narrative, but also reportage-like proof of the steep price of fame. Every effort to carry network ratings came with profound injuries to both body and mind. Stripping away every layer of the dazzling mask to confront her own trauma, Kelly Ripa enters the present phase. At the age of 55, holding every peak of power and wealth in her hands, has she found peace, or is she still paying the price for that throne? The steep price of longevity. Entering 2023, American television marked a major turning point when host Ryan Seacrest officially left the show after 6 years together. This departure opened up an opportunity to restructure the entire hosting apparatus of the world's leading morning television brand. Immediately, Kelly Ripa's husband, actor Mark Consuelos, was chosen to replace the vacated position. The show was officially renamed Live with Kelly and Mark, marking a symbolic merger between love and career on national television. This combination created a ratings frenzy across America thanks to the absolute chemistry between the husband and wife. Having stood side by side for over 3 decades since the set of All My Children, they brought authenticity into every frame of the live broadcast. Kelly Ripa's position at ABC Media Group was consolidated more firmly than ever at this point. She was not only a host, but also took on the role of executive producer, holding deciding power over the content direction of the entire show. Financially, Kelly's career reached an unprecedented peak in the history of contemporary television. Her compensation was raised to a record-breaking $22 million per year, placing her among the highest-paid television stars. The female host's accumulated net worth was estimated to have hit the $120 million mark in the current period. This stands as financial proof of her persistent dedication and superior negotiation ability after decades of fighting for pay equality. Speaking about this important milestone on television, Kelly Ripa opened up, "To stand in this position alongside my life partner is something I never dared to dream of when I first started this turbulent career." Still behind the record financial figures and the television throne at age 55 lies a legacy filled with much heartbreak. The brilliant glamour cannot cover up the deep wounds, and the colleague relationships permanently broken. The greatest tragedy in her career was her relationship with legend Regis Philin, who passed away in 2020. His passing left behind an unhealable linger of regret, as the decade-long rifts and misunderstandings could never be fully mended. Meanwhile, the relationship with former co-host Michael Strahan also fell into a complete freeze. Following the 2016 rift, the two became strangers, possessing absolutely no contact or interaction in both life and work. Alongside emotional trauma, Kelly Ripa's body also suffered severe damage after 30 years on air. Chronic illnesses combined with prolonged psychological pressure forced her to maintain a harsh lifestyle regimen to protect her health. The pressure of scrutiny from the public and media over 3 decades was a burden that never cooled down. Every smile outfit, down to every word she uttered each morning, was placed under the microscope of millions of television viewers. Reflecting on her resilient journey over the past 3 decades, Kelly Ripa affirmed, "Longevity in this industry requires you to pay with both your soul and the peace of your private life." Kelly Ripa's 3-decade journey stands as expensive proof of the brutal price of success in Hollywood. Behind the television throne at the age of 55 is a resilient woman who has walked through countless tragedies. What are your thoughts on the resilient struggle of the most powerful female host in American television history? Please share your perspective right below in the comment section of this video to discuss together. If you find this content engaging, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with future videos. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.